Kind of saw any questions about the compartment over here. You got your port on the side. Little manual switch.
This right here is what he did. No,
That's,
which
yeah.
is the one he?
That's the one he installed.
That's
That
the one
little
he
port right
installed.
there.
So is it just screwed? Yeah, I see. So
Nice little insulation.
So does that come out?
Yeah.
The insulation, because the
And then you throw the cord through it, but then they'll keep it so air doesn't
the cord
escape.
won't fit through there.
No,
Unless
it's
it's,
probably
unless it, oh he sliced it. Yeah, I just can't tell how I get to. Like I can hopefully can pop this out and get it back in.
You should be able to get it from the top. Is there? Can you see it from the bottom?
I can feel it. I'm not sure if it comes up or goes down.
We should get down. Let's see right here. There it goes.
Yeah, so
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
so I should be able to fit that through there.
Yeah. Nice.
Cool.
That's pretty cool. I like it a lot.
I'm surprised there's. Well, I guess they would want to make that.
They're going, it's coming, probably 2025, maybe 24 models. Musk just actually signed a deal with Thor, and Starlink's going to be coming on pretty much everything. Just running Airstreams a couple years out from now. So, just missed it. But nonetheless, so compartment here, the slide light over here, or the light, basically has a switch on it. You have to manually switch that off. It's kind of just a switch, light switch right there. It's not a sensor, so you just have to remember to flip that off.
Okay.
And then, yeah, a couple goodies going on inside here. This is basically a tire iron, collapsible tire iron for the lug nuts and really anything you want that fits the socket here.
Okay.
Kind of a cool tool. This is a propane line that connects into the Airstream right below. We actually have a port right down here. This is where you can actually draw propane directly out of your tanks and hook up like a grill or something like that.
I see.
Yeah, so it's kind of for outdoor.
This wouldn't be
fun.
used for an external tank I got.
No, it's an out.
a different.
Yeah, it's an out,
Okay.
not an in.
Gotcha.
And it's also low pressure technically. So, and that's this guy right here.
Okay.
Kind of a cool idea to think about hooking it into the tanks, but it doesn't quite, it's all just flowing outwards. And then here, we're actually gifting you a full-on torque wrench.
A full-on what?
Torque wrench. So that's for the lug nuts specifically on the wheels, just to make sure they're torqued correctly.
Right.
We'll cover that during hitch up. We're going to install the blue locks and all that stuff, train you up on the blue locks, and then we'll show you how this thing works too, just so you know how that goes.
So this.
Yeah, go ahead and break that out for a second.
And there's a little cap in there, kind of rubberized.
That cap is for your shore power cable, and you'll see exactly how that fits. It's just to protect the cable.
So you said you wanted to get this out now?
That, yeah. So your tongue jack here is motorized, right? Kind of has a lot going on here. In case the motor goes down underneath the bubble, you have a manual crank for that handle.
Okay.
So you just pop that here, and you can manually crank it if you need to.
Okay.
Kind of a fail-safe. That's what it was about.
So it's higher.
Just kind of drops like that.
So you can only do it up.
You can do it, yeah, you can.
Or you can take this off like this.
Or, that's only like a 1/2-inch socket set. If you get the extension ratchet, you can always do it that way too.
Yep.
Yeah, but that's kind of what Airstream supplies. Easy fixes to get around the limitations of it. Okay. Cool.
Is this pulling from the battery if it's hooked up to power?
Directly from the battery, yeah. It's lined straight to it. And in fact, there's actually a fuse that it has in line with the batteries. We take a look here in the box. Come on over here. This guy right here, this is actually the fuse, the 30-amp fuse for the tongue jack. So it's kind of a big beefy fuse here. Protecting the motors from shorting out on you.
Okay.
Really the trick with it is, if you're toggling the direction on this up and down, Just wait for the motor to stop, and that'll protect the line.
And
It's when you're toggling too fast, like the microwave we're talking about. Yeah, just don't do that.
okay.
And that's it. Group 24 batteries are what's fitted here. You can get up to Group 27s, which will give you a little more amp hours if you wanted to put the batteries in here. Another popular option is installing stuff inside, and you can get a bigger battery bank that way.
But while we're connected to power at our barn, the batteries.
They'll just be charging and pretty much ready to go. They come into play if you ever lose shore power. That's really when they'll do stuff for you. They also technically, when you're driving, if you ever get to the point where you're camping and taking this thing out, they're going to power the fridge while you're towing as well. So you can actually get things cooling on the road. Yeah, it's kind of cool, literally. Yeah, so there we go. Are you familiar with lead acid batteries and just kind of maintenance here on these things?
No. Let's assume that I'm not.
Fair enough. We've got a cap right here on all 4 of the batteries that take distilled water. That water is kind of critical for the chemistry of these batteries.
Right.
Keep them from basically burning up. If it ever runs dry and you throw a charge through it, it pretty much cooks the battery and it's done. It's not going to hold a charge. So you just need to make sure we topped off the water on all these things, on all the caps here. Check it in a couple months if you're still on these things. Just make sure the water hasn't gone dry.
So to do that,
You just lift it. You basically just come in here and pop the. You have to kind of get some stuff out
you
of the way.
have to disconnect these cables.
You might have to. I mean, definitely that one.
This side, both sides.
It's all of them. Yep. And there's basically 3 holes that each of them need to have water in.
Anything that needs to be switched off or done before I disconnect.
If you disconnect one side, like the negative first, then the positive's not going to do anything. You should be okay.
Okay.
So just kind of clear one side of it, and then yeah, you're fine to do that. So I'd say probably June, July. Maybe pop in here and see if there's water in here.
So is it obvious how full they need to be, or
You'll see the water, yeah, and you'll see if you can't see the water, that's a bad thing. I'll put it that way.
like do you fill it up to the very top, to the
Take it
brim,
about
or
to a
just
quarter inch
okay?
from the top.
All right.
Yeah. Okay.